Rory McIlroy shot a final round 66 on the Earth course in Dubai to claim the DP World Tour Championship and the season-long race to Dubai. We'll show you how he got it done. Plus, Lydia Ko edged her name in the record books yet another time by clinching the Rolex Player of the Year award. And Kevin Kisner finally found his way to the winner's circle in St. Simons. We've got all that and more coming up on Golf Central.
Golf Central, brought to you by Titleist.
Welcome into Golf Central, wrapping up 2 big seasons in golf and looking ahead to the bright future of the newest PGA Tour winner. I'm Emily Johnson, joined by Golf Channel analyst Tripp Eisenhower. Tripp, we have repeat champs on the European Tour and the Ladies Tour, and 2 very young stars.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rory McIlroy gives himself an A for the year, but one thing I will give him is he's an A-plus player when the putts go in, and they always go in Dubai. And someone who makes putts week after week, that's Lydia Ko. Yet another record-breaking season for the young phenom. So great to watch these 2 great seasons wrap up in great form.
Well, let's take a look at how Rory got it done in Dubai. 17th hole, McIlroy and Andy Sullivan both had to wait on the 17th tee for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that wait, let's see what it could do. Rory McIlroy in command of this tournament till that swing right there, and right is it going,
Ouch.
and there's water over there, and splish splash.
Yes, yeah, that is not where he wanted it to go. But McIlroy, as we've seen in the past, McIlroy always is able to come back, right?
Well, he is. This is the club he's been struggling with the flat stick, but no question, rolling the rock right here on the 17th hole. Great stuff from Rory McIlroy to keep a 1-shot lead.
Yeah, that was a clutch putt going down the stretch for sure. He's going to definitely be thankful that he made that putt going
No
into
question.
18. And so Andy Sullivan now on the par 5 18th hole. He's putting for birdie.
Great season, and yet another chance to win for Andy Sullivan. Would not go away, and this one right here would put pressure on McIlroy. And he would shoot 68-20 under par.
Yeah, that ball just slides right by on the right side. And McIlroy is now tapping in for birdie.
Yeah, and yet another championship for McIlroy. 4 wins this season in 2015.
McIlroy definitely got it done in Dubai for the DP World Tour Championship. And with this win, McIlroy joins Andy Sullivan, actually, as the only 3-time winners on the European Tour in 2015. McIlroy claims his 12th European Tour victory in 155 starts, and he'll remain 3rd in the official World Golf ranking behind Jordan Spieth and Jason Day. But for McIlroy, it was kind of a mixed bag this year for results. Pre and post ankle injury. He won in Dubai in February and won twice on the European Tour in May, then rolled his ankle in July, and he struggled to find his form upon return. But a top 10 finish at the BMW Championship and the Turkish Airlines Open proved that he was getting closer, and now he's back at the winner's circle. So Tripp, McIlroy called his season in September kind of lost, but how would you rate his 2015?
Well, look, a great end to the season with McIlroy, and one thing we know in Dubai, it's a place where he always makes putts. He hits the ball beautifully, and that's been the case for McIlroy all year. In the major championships, he hit the ball beautifully. He just did not putt well in those that he played. Of course, the Open Championship being the one major that he had to miss because of that ankle injury. But a great season for Rory McIlroy in a lot of ways, and I think this portends to be a great 2016 for Rory McIlroy. Look out for him at Augusta National. I think he's going to be the favorite driving down Magnolia Lane.
Yeah, he certainly is. If he can get the putter going. Well, Rory McIlroy's win in the DP World Tour Championship is his first win after coming back from an ankle injury he suffered in late July. Before the injury, Rory was world #1 and was playing well with 3 wins in 12 starts. John Feinstein looks back at a year that could have been for Rory McIlroy.
When Rory McIlroy is inducted someday into the World Golf Hall of Fame, he will not look back upon 2015 fondly. After all, not only did he fail to win a major title, he didn't even get to tee it up at St. Andrews in defense of the Open Championship he'd won a year earlier. A fluke ankle injury suffered in a pickup soccer game kept him in front of a TV set instead of on the golf course that week. The true greats know which 4 weeks really matter in golf every year. No one understands that better than McIlroy. Next year, you can be almost certain those 4 weeks will be personal.
Thank you, John. It's sure to be a battle at the top between Spieth, Day, and McIlroy in 2015-16 season. Well, still to come on Golf Central, someone walked away from Naples with $1 million in bonus money, and it came down to the last hole. Highlights are on the way. And we'll hear from Kevin Kisner, finally a winner on the PGA Tour. The LPGA Tour season-long race came down to the 18th hole between Lydia Ko and Inbee Park. Let's take a look at what happened, Trip.
On the 17th hole at Inbee Park, putting for birdie, and one of the best putters, male or female, on the planet. And whoops, a rare miss for Inbee.
Yeah, that ball would slide by on the left side. Lydia Ko on the same hole.
Yep, 17th hole, reachable par 5. You would expect to find her in the fairway. That's exactly where she is. A hybrid club, and the caddy says, be right, and he was right because it was right. And easy birdie for Lydia Ko.
That club was definitely the right distance for her at the time. And Inbee on the 18th hole, par 4.
She's not going to miss back-to-back. Now, this is for par, so she's not going to miss back-to-back. See, I told you, she's not going to do it. But now, we got to sit around. We got to wait for Lydia Ko.
Yeah, Lydia would be just right behind her in the 18th as well. And
putting for par, yeah, putting for par, and she makes it. She's definitely the winner, but now we got to sit around and figure out the math, and we figured it out.
Yeah, she wins the CME Globe and Rolex Player of the Year, and that's one of the times that you'll see Lydia crying. She doesn't show much emotion out there, but here are the standings. Lydia Ko wins the race to the CME Globe for the second straight year as a teenager, and she'll be a teenager next year when she defends her title. Ko takes home the $1 million bonus prize, the single richest single-day payout in LPGA history. Lisa Cornwell talked to the season-long champion.
Lydia, in all the times I've watched you play golf, I've only seen you get upset one time. I've only seen you get emotional one time. That was today after finding out you captured Player of the Year. What does that award mean to you?
At the start of the week, I said probably the biggest trophy that would mean a lot to me would be the Player of the Year, and I've done that, it just I'm so thankful to my team. I'm still emotional, but no, it's been a really tough day with the putter. Had to stay patient quite a lot, but no, even up to the last minute, it went cold on me. But no, it's been a fun season. There's a lot of positives to take from this week and from this season. So yeah, but I think the great thing is we've got 3 different winners. Winner of the Vare Trophy, winner of Player of the Year, and then winner of the Tour Championship. So it's great, and who would have known that there would be 3 winners at the end of the week.
And here's the good news: if you're frustrated with your putting in the off season, you can take that $1 million, buy an indoor putting green. To win this for the second time, could you ever have imagined this?
No. I think after my putt lipped out on 18, I didn't really know what to think. Just a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, and kind of the mind went blank also. But no, I feel very grateful. So thankful to CME for starting this race to the CME Globe. I think there's no reason why our tour shouldn't have this kind of a race, and I think it makes it very exciting. And it came down to the last hole, last putt. So yeah, I think we're just so thankful to our commissioner and to CME.
You keep setting all sorts of records. We'll wait till next season to see what new records you set. Lydia, congratulations.
Are there any? Please don't tell me any, but no, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, for that interview. Let's take a look points-wise at how it broke down on Sunday. Inbee Park wins the VAR Trophy by .026 strokes, and she gets that clutch point to potentially become a member in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Lydia Ko wins a Rolex Player of the Year by 2 points over Park and wins the race to the CME Globe for the second straight year in a row. And all those were decided on the 72nd hole in Naples. So, Trip, what do finishes like this do for the LPGA Tour?
Well, we saw a lot of them this year, and of course, Lydia Ko was on the top of a lot of those finishes on the LPGA Tour. Yet another amazing season. But let's not forget, Inbee Park took this race right down to the end. It was putt for putt, and that last hole determined so many different outcomes for these players on the LPGA. And like Lydia said, it's about these races. I love these races. This race to the CME. Now she's $2 million richer over the last 2 years just because of this race. But again, it's about the big tournaments and rising to the occasion, and that's what NB and Lydia have been doing. Let's not forget, though, I think we're going to see a motivated Stacy Lewis. She did not win this year on the LPGA Tour, and I think she comes out in 2016 and joins this and makes this a triumphant of fantastic ladies playing golf at a high level. It's going to be a great 2016 for the LPGA.
And, you know, speaking of Lydia, how do we assess her level of play time and time again? How is she able to dominate the fields?
Well, what she has is, I call it a high level of golf IQ. It's the ability to take a big situation and don't let that situation overwhelm you. You overwhelm the situation with your talents, with your ability to calm yourself down and let your talents rise through. She hits, she's not the longest player in the world, but she's extremely accurate, and she relies on the flat stick. That's the key for her, and when she's rolling the rock with the flat stick, there's no question that Lydia Ko is tough to beat, and she's going to be tough next year in the majors as well.
Yeah, when she gets that putter going, good luck.
Yep.
Well, thanks so much for joining us here on Golf Central. Don't forget, first round coverage of the Australian Open starts Wednesday at 7. Jordan Spieth will defend his title down under. For Trip, I'm Emily. Have a great night.